Yeah, man, welcome back. It's your boy Alfred once again. Another video brought to you by me for Wakati Avenue. And today's topic is really on, it's a continuation of sorts on the last two videos that I made, talking about men who continuously blame women for women's behavior, really. And this is a wrap up, really, to speak on why it's not a good idea to never put blame. Now, correcting women is okay, and I think this is where a lot of people mistake me for thinking that probably I don't put any sort of responsibility on women. Yes, I do. We all do. But as we know it, that women are actually just like kids. They really do not have the word accountability and responsibility in their vocab. They don't. So it's pretty useless ever trying to point fingers at them and blaming them. But the counter to this, like the only counter to this, is you as a man being responsible, taking accountability, and actually leading as in leading the woman in that relationship that you want to be with. So talking all this women will change, all that should change, women should change, and all that bullshit, no, they won't. I know they won't anytime soon, because that's the way the world is being built at the moment. Actually, these beta males who actually made a whole mess of this whole situation, right? Giving women passes, simping for them, and all the latter. So the whole system has been turned around. Right now, we know it that women can do what they want. They'll do what they want, and they'll continue doing what they want. This is exactly why I always say that it all starts and ends with the man, because you're not going to, whatever you do, you're not going to be able to control women's behavior, at least in general. But what you can do always is control yours. Right? You can control your behavior and how you react to any sort of situation. Now, the gist of it is that since a lot of men are not getting what they want from a relationship, and majority of the times because they're delusional, right, thinking that automatically tune themselves to them and do as they want. No, that's not going to happen. That's why I say this blame game will never work. And this is another reason I never listen or watch these videos where men are debating women, shaming women and debating. It's pretty useless. You're better off doing something else. You're better off doing something constructive and productive than debating women on why they should change and how they should change and all that. Why? Because women adapt to the man they want to be led by. And this is a crucial point that you don't understand. You may tell a woman, listen, you have to change this, you have to change that. And it may be logical and it may be irrational. Rather, it may be rational, right? Because as a man, you have to be thinking logical and rational, right? And it may make a lot of sense. But we tend to forget, as men sometimes, that women are emotional. So you tell her the right thing to do, right? She may not grasp that. Or maybe she may grasp that and understand it. But feelings may take over as she goes about her daily life. So this is why I said, as the man, you have to lead that relationship, making sure that you are in hold of her feelings. You are in hold of her emotions. Now, I'm not saying that you should be controlled. This is different from controlling her, telling her what to do, asking her 1,000 times what she's doing and where she's at. Far from that. Taking hold of emotions means that you are the one who is leading her towards a certain point and moving her away from those emotions that do not serve her. And in turn, what you're actually doing is now you are giving her the emotions that you want her to have, meaning that those emotions that she has or has had from the past are being replaced by your own sort of emotions that she can attach herself to you with. And those emotions that you have to replace can only be replaced by your masculine powers. You masculine it. You cannot say you're going to lead a woman while you yourself are irrational, illogical, and fucking emotional. It's not going to happen. An emotional bitch cannot lead a woman. You cannot. Like I said, she can still be with that emotional dude because, quote unquote, there are some perks that she is enjoying in that relationship with that dude. However, forget that she's really into him and that she's being led by him. No. So it goes back to what I'm always saying. We are the leaders in that relationship. So leaders do not blame. And at times as leaders we may have to take some blame. Yes, we men fucked up. That's it. So it's not really about women that, women this. It's about what the fuck are you going to do about that situation. And the only way forward here, like I said, is fucking lead. Lead that relationship to where you want it to be. And this is how you're going to avoid a lot of drama and bullshit. Because once you're leading something, it means that if it's not moving in your direction where you want it to move to, all you have to do is get rid of it. And this is where the main problem holds. Men are not willing to get rid of the woman that they like, in spite of them having resistance towards their leadership. Why? It goes back because you are thirsty and you're actually allowing her to lead because she has power over you, and the power is the power you. The vajayjay, the vagina. You allow the vagina to lead you. Straight up. You are weak. You can't get rid of her because she has a vagina. And then in turn you start blaming them because they're not willing to do what you want them to do. And trust me, there are men out there who are actually leading their women logically, and they got them attached to them emotionally, and they use their rational and not emotions to lead. You use those emotions to actually attach yourself to, make her attach herself to you, and then get the reactions or the results that you want from her. And this makes it much more easier to lead her. But you are led by logic. You are led by rationale. You cannot say that you're going to lead a woman when you're irrational. You're illogical. It's not going to happen. So to wrap up this, man, the whole situation, no matter how you put it, you may think that I'm not allowing responsibility on women, accountability, but it's just the same. It's useless putting accountability on women. It's useless. There are outliers there that will accept that their accountability. However, unfortunately, a lot of women get stuck in a certain mindset, right? Even men. There are plenty of men who still think that they're teenagers or they're in their 20s and are willing to grow and take responsibility of any situation they find themselves. So they're not grown, right? And they're not willing to grow. But it more so is women. That's why a lot of people compare women to children. However, there's an opportunity there. There's an opportunity to lead. And as men, we were meant to lead. We were sent here to lead. You're not going to take that leadership position in a relationship. However, the catch is you have to be able to lead yourself first. And it's another thing that plenty of men kind of get off point, because First of all, they're not willing or able to lead themselves. If you're not going to be able to lead yourself, then you're going to have a lot of problems, no matter whatever situation you get yourself. Like Cario and Miles Cunningham usually say, the truth is inside of you. It starts with you. Everything starts with you. Once you take up that leadership position, willing to lead yourself within that masculine power, within that masculine, the values of masculinity that you have in you. Once you take that up, right, and say, okay, listen, I'm not going to allow bullshit. I'm not going to blame these women because it's already a fucked up situation anyway, and a broken a system, as in a social system, right? Women-man dynamics social system. It's already fucked up. It's messed up, right? And unfortunately, my generation and following generation Z, whatever, the millenniums that I am, we got the short hand of this stick. We just really have to accept that. We got the short hand of the stick, right? The government is not going to come and save you and tell you, listen, you need to come up with a prenup and shit. They're not going to tell you that. No. So you have to think for yourself. Because what? I said, we got the short hand of the stick. The women that we thought we were supposed to get with are not there, or they're non-existent. That's why we're having a whole lot of problems with relationships around, because they're non-existent. However, the opportunity here is that we lead ourselves, we can create that relationship. It's a solo thing. We cannot now think, oh, this woman's father had to instill values on her and morals on her. Her mother had to do this and that. You cannot think that way. That's outdated thinking. Whatever the parents of those women did, right, stand and did, whether brought damage to her or it helped her grow and become the best version of herself, so that she is marriageable material, right? That's good. But what I can say, it's not a majority. It's not. So otherwise we wouldn't be having a lot of men seriously complaining and blaming and pointing fingers. We wouldn't, right? So to wrap up, like I said, man, we lead ourselves, we take accountability for every situation that we get ourselves in, then we won't have much problem. Women are there to be led. And that's the nature of things, in fact. Funny thing, that's the nature of things. That's how the system, natural system is. Women were meant to be led. No matter what they say, they talk about independent, they talk about like they're strong and shit. Ain't nothing like that. There's always a breaking point for these women anyway. So that's an opportunity for us men to lead. In fact, we can lead towards the relationship that we want. That's the big advantage. What you want from that chick, you're gonna get it. However, you have to know exactly how you want it, and that's where you have to have your own game, your own way of doing things. You have to have a natural way that you understand how the system takes, how you can take advantage of the system and take it to your advantage, right? Making sure that you do things in a manner that help you grow and be the best version of yourself out here. So yeah, at the end of the day, right, it's all up to you. Either you lead or get led by these women and get also outsmarted by them, or outsmarted by the system, or get all out, fully detached from yourself, and then get lost because there's too much information that's not value and that won't take you to a place that you're supposed to be at. With that said, man, it's been your boy Alfred here. Till next time, that wraps up my 3-part series of Don't Blame These Women. Right? It's counterproductive, but take the lead. Peace.